So the K's have just released their second album, Pretty, on the internet, and there's been a lot of talk beforehand over whether this album was going to succumb to second album syndrome, which is essentially where a band or an artist's second album does not quite match up to their debut. So while both mental and physical illness and even death are key themes of this album, have the K's developed the dreaded album lurgy? No! Well, if there's one thing I want to say to the K's, it is, first of all, are you okay? Because this album is considerably darker than the last one, which was one of my favourite albums of last year. The singles upon first listen did not hit the same, but they've definitely grown, and I absolutely adore some of the tracks on this album. Breakdown in My Bedroom is quite possibly one of the most relatable songs I've heard in the past year. Kind of giving me similar vibes to 17 Going Under by Sam Fender, not in the sense that it's going to completely propel them to chart stardom and they're going to just completely blow up after this album, in that it's like a trauma dump, but if it absolutely slaps, it's giving, you know, that meme with like the pink house and the black house and like the graveyard next to the children's playground. So like it's got this really nice upbeat indie festival-y type feel that you can imagine people like chucking pints up in the air in fields going mad. Lyrically, it's just quite vulnerable, and I think for a band that has kind of been considered very popular with the Keep It Lemon crowd and the Get the Badging lads. However, it's not all doom and gloom, no, because there's a track on this album that was released a single called Me and Your Sister, which is about the universal age-old trope of wanting to shag your mate's sister, which is, it's very in between, it's very kind of juxtaposing what I just said. There's also some very mushy moments in there, as there was with the last K's record, with tracks like Hope You Maybe, Lights Go Down and Valley One. This album ends with the song Perfect Haunting, which is the deaf song in question. It's a nice little love song. Hello Why is also on this album, which kind of reminds me of Talk Tonight by Oasis in a way. A bit more dramatic and a little bit more belty. Jamie goes really hard on this track. Kind of similar lyrical content, going around the world to find a girl, except this girl doesn't save your life, she in fact screws you over. And have even gone into politics with the track Sold It Own It, which has a refrain of eat the rich, eat the rich, eat the rich. Honest to God, I love it when my favourite bands turn out to be massive raging lefties. Despite the fact on first listen some of the singles didn't really hit the same as the tracks on the first album, definitely grown on me, and I would probably say that the singles are the standout tracks. I mean, they released half of the album before it was even released anyway. So I'd probably say my standout tracks on this album are Breakdown in My Bedroom, Benz, or in brackets, Here We Go Again, because guess what? They've got a brackets tune now. And I'd probably say out of the album tracks, I really love Sold It Own It as well.